Hold up, guys. Before we start this video, let me take a sip of my happy juice, okay? Capcom, you made a boy very happy today. So what is going on, guys? This is Ryan here, and welcome to a video where basically I'm going to be analyzing the new Resident Evil 8 trailer, man, because that thing just went ahead and dropped. If you guys weren't aware, the PlayStation 5 recently had a massive reveal online. I went ahead and I reacted to it on my Twitch, which you can find a link in the description if you want to watch it. Chances are as well, I'm actually live streaming right now as this video goes up or shortly after, because there's a PC-based thing where they're going to be announcing like Outlast and maybe Dying Light 2. So let's take a step back to the basis of this video, alright? Now, first of all, I know already that Capcom is copyrighting anything when someone tries to react to this, but I really don't care. I just want to make a video on this. I want to do a bit of analyzing too. Like, it's just fun to go ahead and do that. The trailer was very, very short. It didn't reveal a whole lot, but it also had a lot of details packed in at the same time. Alas though, man, let's get into this, okay? We're going to be looking at the trailer and also a detailed analysis of the gameplay of RE8, and I'm just going to be giving my 2 cents on what I spotted in the trailer, doing a little bit of lore diving. Let's see how accurate we can get here. If I'm wrong with stuff, call me out in the comments, man. That's the whole point in theorizing. It's not about being correct, it's just trying to delve something and make sense of what we can see. So let's go ahead and do it. Now, I thought about re-reacting to the trailer, but that ain't the route I want to go, man, because I want to show the original reaction when I had no idea it was Resident Evil 8, and it was such an exciting and thrilling moment, man. So how about we go ahead and roll that, DJ? Right, give it a meat and potatoes. Yeah, I want to see it too.
Silent Hill, when's that coming then?
Where's Silent Hill? Where's Resident Evil 8? Sony,
holding out on us. You know?
Exactly.
Wait.
The story comes to a close.
Whomst?
Long ago, a young girl went with her mother to pick berries for her father.
Bro, why does that sound like
hard at work.
Mia? It can't be.
But the forest greeted them with a dark, cold silence.
The
bush is
I think
empty.
that. Hold up. This feels like.
Yet determined to find the berries, the rest of
Yeah, I
it
think this is
flee
Resident
from
Evil
his
8.
grasp and vanished into the trees. Mother's worried cries faded fast as the girl ran on, over vine, under branch,
I'm freaking out. Please, please, please.
and into
I think
the
it
forest
is.
deep.
I think it's Resident
What
Evil
is
8.
it with that creepy
This is-
story?
It is.
This is
It's
it.
just
This
a
is
little
real.
bit.
You're really into that stuff?
Quit being so paranoid.
Oh my god. Please, man. This.
No! Friendly! Friendly! Who are you? Who sent you? What's going on?
It's Resi!
Oh my god. Just.
So good.
They're coming.
Oh my god.
Who is?
I'm freaking out, man.
Imagine
Bro, I'm freaking out. This is it.
It is.
This is it. This is it.
It is RE8, boys!
most likely.
Oh, please let it be. This is so interesting. I'm so captivated.
So sick.
That looks like the village from RE4.
Yeah, Resident Evil 4.
Come on. Come on. If this is RE8, my mind is blown. Werewolves, though? If the leaks were right, then this is it. Come on. Yes! Yes!
Right on, guys!
Yes!
Yep,
Yes!
Resident Evil, boys!
Yes!
Chris?
It's Chris, man!
Sorry, Ethan.
Oh my god!
Redfield.
Yes!
What the heck?
Why?
Oh my god! Yes! Yes!
That looks sick.
Oh my god! Oh, they've got a completely new route. Oh, it looks amazing. It looks
Yeah,
so
it
good.
does.
Oh,
That looked like the village from RE4 as well,
Yeah,
so
look
maybe
at
it's
that.
going back
Yeah,
there.
big castle as well. We're going to be able to explore that castle.
Las Plagas.
oh my god. Oh my god.
Where's the map?
So, like, from the trailer alone, man, you can see that this new Resident Evil game is introducing so many new concepts within the lore of the Resident Evil universe, and I'm very excited to see which direction it goes. I've heard rumors that the game is primarily going to focus on the Molded, which was what was basically introduced in Resident Evil 7, and it created a whole host of bizarre things happening. There were hallucination moments where maybe if the Molded got into our head, we would kind of see flashbacks or experience events that we ourselves didn't actually get to experience. However, we'll get more into that just after we watch the special developer message. This is a video I haven't seen yet. I believe they go ahead and dissect basically how Resident Evil 8 is going to work, some of the key mechanics, so this is exciting. We're going to learn maybe how the game might play just a little bit. Get your tinfoil hats on, guys. Let's do this.
Hi, I'm Tsuyoshi Kanda, producer on Resident Evil Village.
And I'm Pete Fabiano, also producer on Resident Evil Village.
I like these guys already, man. Oh, special developer message. Let's see.
We hope you all had the chance to check out and enjoy our trailer.
Some of you are probably wondering why we didn't just call the game Resident Evil 8.
Well,
Elaborate,
it's still
dude.
the 8th in the series, and we're treating it as such. You can even see the Roman numeral 8 in the game logo.
Clever,
so
right?
it's Resident Evil 8, just not in name.
I think it's a smart way of doing it,
I like
dude.
the play on the design and the simplicity in the name.
First off, Resident Evil Village will be available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and Steam.
And in line with previous Resident Evil titles, we're using RE Engine.
The new
That
one they
engine
made,
brought
right?
Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, Resident Evil 2, Devil May Cry 5, and most recently, Resident Evil 3 to life. We were
Pretty
able
sick
to
games,
take
man. Look
all
at
that we learned from
this.
those titles,
Whoa.
along with our internal development efforts, and optimize the latest version of the engine for the next generation of consoles.
We can't falter for one moment. Like, after we see that trailer, how insane this new game looks. The Resident Evil games is all about realistic graphics and just settings like that, and they really do sell the whole snow setting incredibly well. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe there's ever a Resident Evil game where snow is the primary focus of the world. It's always like in different scenarios where it's not snowy and stuff like that, so it's gonna be a very cool take.
With the combined power of Next Gen and RE Engine, we can take our developers' vision to new heights.
It looks
Once again,
crazy,
we're
man.
planning a fresh take on survival horror. This time, upping the ante on action a bit.
It looks
Realistic
crazy.
graphics and immersive audio, coupled with no load times,
No
will
load
really
times?
draw you into the world we've created for Resident Evil Village.
Bro, wait, no
Speaking
load
of which,
times?
the game takes place a few years after the events of Resident Evil 7 Biohazard.
Oh,
Right,
okay.
and it
So
follows the
that's
story
Mia.
of protagonist Ethan Winters.
I knew
Ethan's
it.
gone back to living an ordinary life, but of course, it wouldn't be a proper story without a new challenge to overcome.
How does he get in
Chris
that situation,
Redfield,
though, man?
a decorated hero fighting against bioterrorism,
Bro, is that not Daniel Craig, though?
makes his return, but not in the way you'd think.
Okay.
He's the reason Ethan's life gets turned upside down.
Uh,
Let's take a look
Hold
at
up,
some
pause.
key art.
You can see Chris
Whoa.
looking dark and far more brooding
Who the
than
freak is
in
this guy?
earlier Resident Evil appearances.
dang.
The last thing worth mentioning in terms of characters here is the village itself.
It plays such a crucial
Whoa.
role as the backdrop and setting of the game
Look
that
at that,
we consider
man.
it very much its own character as well. Right, shifting gears, let's talk a bit about the game's design.
Give me that!
You'll notice the familiar first-person perspective from Resident Evil 7 Biohazard.
Dude, look at that. He's turning a tap with his toothbrushes, man.
It really helps bring players into the world. It makes them feel like they're Ethan.
You can see the
with
paws
the
on his
same
hand,
sense of
man. That's
heightened tension
crazy.
and fear.
Here's a quick look at the game running in engine.
Whoa!
The team is working really hard to create a great experience.
Dang!
You can really see the details, even close up.
How?
Let's take a look at the inventory.
Oh, that looks
For
sick. I
players
love it,
familiar with
dude.
Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, or the recent versions of Resident Evil 2 and 3, you'll be right at home.
Okay, look at that
We
backdrop, though,
hope you
dude.
enjoyed this additional look into Resident Evil Village.
Dang,
And
man.
here's one more piece of key art.
Let's see it.
You might want to pay extra close attention to this one.
What the freak is that in
There's
the
a lot
middle,
that's
though?
being shown in it.
Uh-huh.
So much so that we debated whether or not to actually put it in the announced trailer.
So that's important.
Take a look
Hold up, okay.
and let your imagination run wild.
We are aiming to have more
Interesting.
to show you towards the end of summer.
Oh, so soon!
So, until next time.
Oh, it better be next time soon, man. I'm telling you right now. Oh, I want this game right now, guys. Please drop a demo, please. Just give me something, all right? Give me a taste of. Resident Evil 8, baby. Wow, so that itself basically gave us a massive insight to the lore of maybe Village, potentially. And they dropped this right here on us too, saying that this is extremely important. It's almost like maybe this is the most significant thing about the trailer. They say that we might want to pay extra close attention to this specific thing in the center right here, or rather what this whole image represents. We've got crow wings in some kind of nest, and it's looking like whatever's in the center is quite clearly the most important thing. But what could that be? I kind of feel like because we're in this Eastern European setting once again with this game, maybe this in the center has something to do with the Las Plagas to an extent. Like maybe they're gonna be combining the Las Plagas and also the Molded in the same universe a little bit. This is a Plaga from Resident Evil 4. It doesn't really bear as many similarities as I thought with the image we see in Resident Evil 8, so it could be a completely new strain. Maybe it's an actual visual representation of the mold. I think the general agreement right now is that what we're seeing here is some kind of representation of the Umbrella's logo itself. We have the 4 segmented corners which we're always used to, followed up by what appears to be 4 sections as well around the edges. And this would make sense because let me show you something I spotted in the original trailer. I think most who have taken a second look saw it too. Right here, guys, they kind of sneak this one in without like too much information, but straight in the center there, what is that, man? That is the iconic Umbrella logo, segmented just as we always see. Now, hold up, let me just take a look at this. If we look at the positioning of the black portions of the Umbrella logo, it's the exact same. Yeah, they match the corners of where the crow wings are too. I definitely believe now, because even the bird's nest in the background here too is like a lighter variation. Again, let's go back. These are the lighter versions of the Umbrella logo. They also show this same logo to an extent in other areas. Like we see it here, painted on a wall. It's like symbolic to these people, but it's definitely the same thing. So this here is scattered around. I have actually read from some different things about the story that this game does have quite the focus on occultism as its primary source, and that does make sense. Like, we see all this crazy stuff right here, you know? There's all kinds of bizarre things within this village, and there's a specific lady. Look here, guys, we see the goat, and there's a shaman lady there. You see that? She's like smiling, smirking almost. It's really, really eerie. Why should be doing that? We also appear to have these like flashback segments too. Like here, this is a flashback. You see, we've got like a sepia tint to everything. I think that's trying to tell us that that is something we will experience in the past to do with this. Now, here's one more thing I've spotted, and again, I think many more have too, and it actually just came from the special developer message. Now, they tease us the menu, and I think they know exactly what they were doing with this, but if we look in this top corner here, this is a currency, guys, which means we're going to be able to find money around this place. Why would we need money? What did Resident Evil 4 teach us? It taught us that when we actually find the money around the place, we can meet with someone and actually upgrade our items. Bro, if they give us another form of like a merchant within this game, how cool will that be? Despite the occultism, there's always someone, all right, trying to make some cash, and I already know that's going to be the case with this game. Honestly, I think it could be Mr. Van Helsing right here, right? This dude, he's always smiling, right? Why the freak's he in our face? Oh, there's like so much condensed, packed information within this game. It's crazy, man. I'm gonna hop over to the Reddit just to look at examples like this, guys, you know? We see similarities with the way they've designed stuff. This isn't supposed to be the Resident Evil 4 remake, which, by the way, is still definitely a thing that's coming out. But, like, this was the church in Resident Evil 4, and this is the new envisioned environment. Like, it's crazy. It's been like 15 years since the top one, which still looks great, but man, look at the level of detail they can just straight up pack into this game. So I just spent a little bit of time trying to find an article I looked at recently, which basically key pointed all of the potential stuff that we can find in Village, but I can't actually find it for the life of me. Some things I remember seeing though is that apparently still in this Resident Evil game, whilst we don't really see them in the trailer, we kind of see these like far-fetched werewolf-like characters. There are still zombie-like creatures. We've got like actual wolves and dogs and stuff like that. So the game is maybe mixing a little bit of everything within this version. What interests me the most about this game as well is the diversity of gameplay that I feel this one more specifically is about to offer for us, because we have this village-like setting which seems to be kind of decrepit. It's definitely not a wealthy place by all means. Could be a secluded area, but there's elements still of Umbrella entwined within this thing, so they must have found this small village and been doing something here at least. Contrasting that, we have this grand Devil May Cry-like castle kind of overseeing this village at the bottom, and once we gain access to that, which we definitely will be able to, it's gonna be wild what we can experience inside of there. There is a point in the trailer where there's this female character with seemingly like bugs going around her. It seems like once we get in the castle, she may be the main antagonist stalking us down from within, and I feel like that could be absolutely terrifying. One of the theories I actually have at the moment for this version of Resident Evil is the reason Ethan's actually involved in the story is because it's going to be linking elements of Resident Evil 7, so Ethan might like know stuff about potentially the molded. I mean, he would have been the one who experienced it firsthand. The molded is such an interesting concept too, the way it can kind of enter your mind and it can create like hallucinations and all kinds of bizarre things, so it's hard to know really within this game what's real and what's not. The fact that there is these crazy werewolf-like monsters could indicate that there's a brand new strain of this molded which has developed, because we see viruses and all kinds of bacteria and stuff like that. It does evolve over time, so it could give these supernatural things. Things like that do not want to die, so they do adapt. That's why like in the real world we have super viruses, you know? It kind of explains how the molded could go that route. The fact that the molded can create these intense hallucinations within our character, it leads me to believe that the sepia tone sequences within the trailer are those exactly, and I almost feel like the mansion itself or the crazy castle, it might even be kind of decrepit and derelict by this point. However, once we experience these hallucinations, it can place us in whatever situation we want. Like, our mind could be playing some of the most craziest tricks on us. You guys already know exactly how nightmares work. I mean, sleep paralysis is a terrifying thing, but our body does that to us, man. That just goes to show. In the intro as well, let's just take a flashback. I think that might be Chris straight up peppering Mia in front of Ethan, and he just like doesn't even explain much, man. So what does Mia know? There's so much that I feel like the game is gonna kind of devolve on. We know that Mia obviously worked for this kind of organization. She was taking care of Evelyn at the time on the boat. If you guys didn't watch RE7, you gotta catch up with the series, okay? Check my series out, man. Shameless plug. But that could just be straight up fascinating, man. There's so much cool stuff. The diversity of environments that could be expected from this too. Like, I'm expecting us to see obviously things in the village, and it's quite clear we're going to. We've seen like the werewolves and that old man at the start trying to defend himself. Kind of shows there's a contrast between both good and bad within the village too. I feel like the sequence with Chris is the very beginning of Resident Evil 8. We're dropped in this village and maybe we meet the old dude who we say like friendly to, and then from that point onwards, I feel like we're gonna slowly learn about this village and what's going on, and it's gonna reveal more about the molded, Umbrella's connection with this, and it could get very messy. Ethan, as much as I love you as a character, man, I hope you get put in some crazy bad situations, okay? Because I want to experience it. There's so many small things I feel like I've missed though, like even the tale that Mia says at the very start with the berries and stuff, is that directly referring to this village? Like maybe she was stationed out there at some point in time and we just wasn't aware of it. That could be why Chris is painted in this much more kind of darker setting. Like he's straight up, as I say, Pepper and Mia in front of us. There's a lot we've got to learn about this story and why we're taken to this place, which I feel like we will real soon. And up until we see more stuff over summer, etc., we're just gonna have to hold out. I saw some people being a bit weird about like Resident Evil, saying they want the classic, but you've got to honor all the new stuff they're trying, man. I'm more or less kind of excited to see how they're going to instead incorporate all of this new stuff we learn about Village into the lore and universe of Resident Evil. I'm very positive, man. I can't wait to play this game for you all, and I hope you're all as hyped as me because I am very, very excited to see what this game does. That was just a little ramble though, guys. Like, I don't even know how this video is going to turn out. It's going to be a lot less edited because I just wanted to kind of sit down, analyze what I think about this game, and just do a bit of theorizing. It's always fun. If you do enjoy this, as said before, we'll probably do some more, but for this one, guys, this is going to be it. This was just me talking about the Resident Evil Village and just my expectations and hypes for it, but we'll see what happens, man. We'll probably learn more real soon. But if you guys did enjoy this video, why not drop me that like rating? And hey, if you're new around here, why not subscribe for more videos just like this one right here, because I'm going to be playing this good stuff, man. But thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Of course, I hope you did enjoy, and I will, of course, see you on the next one.